Hello there guys, welcome back to another video. We are back working on Project KFC today and we have an exciting one. We are going to be taking this car on a bit of a European road trip. So we need to get this thing ready. Now exactly what are we going to be doing today in this video? We are going to be giving the car a bit of a service. So we have some fresh oil, an oil filter and a sump plug. This comes as a kit courtesy of the car parts shop. If you want to get yourself one of these service kits for your M47 powered BMW, I'll leave the link in the description box below. Now not only are we going to be giving the car a service, we're also going to be swapping out the number plates because these are looking very tired. As you can see, they are just held in by some wood screws. Not ideal. Here we have some nice shiny replacement plates courtesy of the Reg King. Again, if you do want to get yourself a set of these, a link will be down in that description box below. Now you'll probably notice the entire car is up in the air, and that is because we're also going to be doing a brake fluid flush on all four corners as well. As always then, before we get into this video, do me a massive favour, hit that thumbs up button. It really does help me out and it shows your appreciation. Let's aim for 500 likes on this video. Now let's get straight into it. Right then, first things first, let's remove the main engine cover so we can gain access to the oil filter. Takes a 27mm socket. I like to crack the oil filter off before I drain the oil, just so any oil from the oil filter housing has a chance to drain back down into the sump. So just give that a minute or so just to drain back down. And it does go without saying, before doing an oil change on any car, get the oil nice and warm. It's going to help it drain a lot easier, and it's going to make sure that any sediments or debris that may be sitting in the bottom of your oil drain pan can be suspended in that oil and will drop out a lot easier. But now that the oil filter should be pretty much drained, we can remove it fully. And we'll just get it removed from the cap. I'll just temporarily drop that cap back in place just to prevent anything from falling down inside of there. I mean, get underneath and start draining the oil. The standard oil drain plug on these M47 engines should take a 17mm socket, so we'll crack that loose. As we can see, draining away nicely. And whilst I let the oil drain away, I may as well get the new oil filter ready for reinstallation. Nice, genuine Bosch oil filter. Just remove that cap again. We get the original sealing O-ring removed. Now I'm just going to give this cap a bit of a clean out. I'll get the new filter installed into the cap. It should click. And again, there we are, nice and securely installed now. And we can get our new sealing ring coated in some fresh oil before getting it installed onto the cap. Very important to make sure it's sitting in the correct groove. It cannot sit in the threads. If you put it in the threads, you will have a huge oil leak. Let's make sure it's sitting not on the threads, but in that sealing ring groove. Now we can install the oil filter back into the housing. Very important, this small nib needs to drop directly into a hole inside of the oil filter housing. You'll know if it goes in because you'll be able to screw this on nice and easily. There we are, that's dropped in nicely. Should be able to screw this on now. Before torquing it down to 25 Newton meters. No more, no less. Now coming back underneath the car, you can see the oil has pretty much finished draining. So we'll get our new drain plug with new crush washer and get that screwed in before also torquing that down to 25 Newton meters. Right, so we've drained the oil, we've replaced the oil filter. At this point, we could go on and do the next thing that we need to do, but if you're at this stage, do yourself a big favor, fill up with oil first, because the last thing you want to do is go on to do another job, get carried away, think, oh, I can't wait to get this car fired up and get it back out of the garage. you fire it up with no oil in and massive engine failure. So as soon as you have drained the oil, replaced the oil filter, put the drain plug back in and torqued it up, get some oil back in the engine. It saves you forgetting. So these M47 engines take about 5.5 litres. So we'll just put 5 litres in. And this is the good stuff as well. Castrol Edge 5W30 LL04 spec. Now, if you know these engines, you'll know that BMW recommends an oil change every 18,000 miles. Don't listen to that. If you are doing solely motorway miles, which is pretty much what I do, then you could probably get away with every 10,000 miles or so. If you are doing just short city driving, which is not ideal for a diesel anyway, but if you are doing that, change your oil every 5,000 miles. Honestly, it's just good insurance to ensure that your engine is going to last. Number one killer of these engines is a lack of oil changes. This engine is on 220,000 miles now. It's only lasted that long because it's had regular oil changes. All right, we'll just check what the old dipstick is telling us. It's showing about quarter of the way up the dipstick. So I'm going to add that other half a litre of oil. There we are. And then if we need to, once we've got it fired up, we can do a final check of the level and then add more if required. Next thing I'm going to do then is get all of the wheels removed. And as you can see then, all wheels now removed. Got my brake bleeder bottle and a 9mm spanner ready to go. And I have my automatic pressure bleeder all set up on 20 psi. So that is applying 20 psi of brake fluid pressure through the whole system, and we'll push the old fluid out. Now I'm going to try and get between half a litre and a litre out of the entire system. So you want to start with the furthest brake caliper away from the master cylinder and then slowly work your way to the front. So I'll start with the passenger side rear, then I'll do the driver's side rear, then I'll do the passenger side front, and then finally the driver's side front. So I can crack this loose now. It's always worth, if you are working on unknown brake calipers, always crack it loose with a socket first, because sometimes the bleed screws themselves can be on pretty tight. Last thing you want is rounding them off with a regular spanner or wrench. Always get a 6-point socket on it first. And because this is the furthest away from the master cylinder, I'm going to probably get the best part of half a litre, maybe not quite half a litre, maybe 300-400 mils, and then the driver's side rear, again maybe 200-300 mils, and as we get closer to the last caliper, obviously it'll be getting less and less. When I do a brake fluid flush, I like to do a full flush. I like to get all of the old fluid out. Typically most garages or service centres, they'll only just do a brake bleed, which essentially is just getting the air out of the system. I like to do a whole full fluid flush though. Right then, so all 4 corners now flushed through. Got best part of a litre out of the entire system, so there should be all new fresh fluid in there now. And with the fluid level sitting safely between the minimum and the maximum, we can get this cover reinstalled, we can get the car back on the ground and get all of the wheel bolts torqued down. And with the car back on the ground, wheels torqued up, I've just checked the oil level after starting the engine. We're at about halfway. I've added about another half a litre, so the whole entire 6 litres in total, and it's now reading at the max mark. Right, let's check all of the other fluid levels then. So I'll do the coolant, which is perfect, right at the max mark. Of course, yeah, there's no power steering fluid because it's electric power steering. Oil level we've already done. I guess it's just the screen wash now. Oh, there we are. It's a screen wash topped off. I guess now we can get these old nasty bent number plates removed and these horrific wood screws. Just screws all twisted as well. And it's stuck in place as well. Right, I'm not going to bore you with watching me remove the sticky residue from the old pads, but I'm going to get all this removed as best as possible. I'm going to get the new plate mounted in place. That looks a bit better, don't it? Nice and fresh. Right, let's do the same on the rear now. Just 3 sticky pads that seem to be held on there pretty damn strong. Right, let's get all this removed, get it cleaned up, get the new plate on. And again, just like that, new plate in place. Okay, so I've also reset the service data for the engine oil and for the brake fluid. And now there's just one more thing left to do on this car before we head on our big trip, and it is to replace these vents. Now the vents themselves, they blow out, but this is not connected to anything, so I can't properly direct the vents, and I have a feeling that I'm going to want to do that when it is potentially 30 plus degrees in Europe. So yeah, I'm going to get this trim panel removed, get these vents swapped out, all of the vents actually. So the directional tab is missing off both of the side vents, and yeah, like I said, the middle vents, they don't work properly as they should anyway. So for the cheap price of a replacement set of vents that work perfectly, may as well get them all swapped out. And with all of those vents now swapped out, I think we're ready. Okay then, so let's see if this 220,000 mile supposedly worst engine ever BMW will cover about 3,000 miles in a single road trip without any issues. That will be the next video. Yes, like I said, we will be heading into Europe in this car, and I'm excited. I think I have pretty much covered all the bases. We've done a bunch of work on this car over the past couple of months. We've done the injectors, we've swapped out the rocker cover, and of course we've given it a good service today. So I can't think of anything that could possibly go wrong, but it's one of those. I suppose we could have a surprise when we are out there in the middle of nowhere, but fingers crossed everything goes smoothly. I want to thank you all for watching this video anyway. Remember to give it a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so, and I'll see you all very, very soon in that next one.